The World Series on Fox is sponsored by Taco Bell. Think outside the bun. By DirecTV. Don't just watch TV, DirecTV. And by MasterCard, the preferred card of Major League Baseball. Beautiful night in San Francisco. 69 degrees. So it is warm here on the 28th of October. Halloween just around the corner. There is a breeze that has picked up. It's a wind. It's more than a breeze blowing through this stadium. And here is the Taco Bell starting lineup for the Rangers. Taco Bell, think outside the bun. Here they are.
Elvis Andrus. Growing up, my favorite player was Omar Vizquel.
Michael Young. My nickname is Slick.
Josh Hamilton. My favorite player as a kid. Tony Gwynn, Paul O'Neill, and Cal Ripken Jr.
Nelson Cruz. My favorite player when I was a kid was Vladimir Guerrero.
Ian Kinsler. My nickname is Kins, or Wash likes to call me Bootsy.
David Murphy. My nickname is Murph.
Matt Trainer. My hobbies are fishing and playing with my dogs.
Mitch Moreland. My favorite team growing up was Atlanta Braves. C.J. Wilson, starting pitcher.
There they are, taking on the right-hander Matt Cain, who this postseason has not allowed an earned run. It's his third start. And our opening pitch is sponsored by Budweiser, official beer of the thirst inning. The beer that starts with a full flavor and ends with a crisp, clean finish. Great times are waiting. Grab some Buds. Glad you're with us here tonight on Fox. Matt Cain is working on 8 days rest. Elvis Andrus will lead it off. Michael Young, Josh Hamilton, the next two. Off we go. Ball one.
Joe, you said 8 days rest, and that's right. But think about this. Matt Cain has started one time in the last 18 days. Once.
Here's a 1-0. Andrus taking a strike. It's 1-1. Cain is a workhorse. Career high 223 innings pitched during the regular season. Thrown 440 innings over the last 2 years. 2 balls and a strike.
You know, pitchers are used to working once every 5 days. That's what a rotation is. And it's always amazed me that pitchers could come out and throw with precision, working once every 10 days, once every 15 days or so.
Andrus flies one into center, and Torres to his left. 1 out.
It's a very interesting scouting report because it includes what Ron Washington said to us before the game. Matt Cain, a pitcher more than a thrower right now. He doesn't throw as hard. But Ron Washington said he has power, and we like power.
This is a Texas lineup that can hit.
Yep.
They led the major leagues with a team average of 276, and they have scored a lot this postseason, while other teams, the run production has been down. Even last night in defeat, 7 runs on 11 hits. Clint Hurdle, the hitting coach for Texas. Here's a 1-0. Popped up. It's Renteria with the wind playing around with it. 2 out. Home plate umpire tonight is Sam Holbrook. Bill Miller is at first. Mike Winters at second. Jeff Kellogg at third. Gary Darling down the left field line, and John Hirschbeck worked the plate last night. He's the crew chief. He's in right. Here is Josh Hamilton, and this is the big matchup. Hamilton with all that power, his abilities from the left side. He has crushed right-handed pitching this season. And Cain floats one in there. Got a very good changeup, and something he should use a lot against Josh Hamilton. Ball and a strike.
Tampa Bay toyed with him, throwing Josh a lot of breaking balls down out of the strike zone.
Yankees, when they pitched to him, came after him, and Hamilton took care of New York. With a count 1-2, we'll remind you this game is being presented in widescreen format. You get to see more of the action on your television tonight. Here's a 1-2. Off the hands, good pitch, a pop-up, long run Uribe. Good start for Matt Cain. After a half, in game 2, no score. Tonight's game is sponsored by New Windows Phone. By Autotrader.com. Now compare new and used cars side by side at Autotrader.com. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Here comes the Taco Bell starting lineup. Taco Bell pink outside the bun. Here is NFL royalty for the Giants lineup.
Hi, I'm Joe Montana, and here's the Giants lineup for tonight's game 2. Leading off and playing center field, Andres Torres. Batting second and playing second base, Freddie Sanchez. Catching and hitting third, Buster Posey. Playing left field and batting fourth, Pat Burrell. Playing right field and batting fifth, Cody Ross. Playing first base and batting sixth, Aubrey Huff. Playing third and hitting seventh, Juan Uribe. Playing shortstop and hitting eighth, Edgar Renteria. And on the mound tonight, Matt Cain. Go Giants.
4-time Super Bowl champion Joe Montana. And here is C.J. Wilson, the left-hander, and a big start with a lot on his left shoulder here tonight.
Scouting report, command early, very important. Of course, that's important for all pitchers, but particularly for Wilson. A full assortment of pitches, fastball. In fact, Mike Maddox, the pitching coach of the Rangers, saying he's got about 20 pitches. He said we've cut him back to 8.
He's a guy, Tim, who made 252 relief appearances between 05 and 09. Last year he had 14 saves, the year before 24. And he just simply wanted to be a starter. I asked Ron Washington what he saw in C.J. Wilson. He said, I didn't see it. C.J. Wilson came to us and said, I want to be a starter next year. He said, well, you're going to have to earn it in spring training, and he earned it. 15-game winner during the regular season. Strike one. Andres Torres, Freddie Sanchez, Buster Posey for the Giants in a scoreless first. A ball and a strike. 29-year-old left-hander is C.J. Wilson. Lives in Huntington Beach, California. As Tim mentioned, he has to show he can pound the strike zone here early. Something he didn't do in a Game 5 loss at Yankee Stadium, ball 2.
And something that C.J. has not done all year. His first real year as a starter, he was second in walks in the major leagues. Who was first? Jonathan Sanchez, who will be our starter, or the starter for the Giants on Saturday night.
Here's a 2-1. Left side from the hole, Andrus flips it across for the out. Torres is gone. Leadoff man retired. And here's the defense for Texas. David Murphy is in left. That means Cruz has flipped over to right field. That's where Vladimir Guerrero was last night. Made 2 errors, out of the lineup. Typically the DH. Young, Andrus, Kinsler, and Moreland around the infield with Matt Trainer, who's become the catcher for C.J. Wilson, receiving the left-hander tonight. Here's Freddie Sanchez, who had a great start with 4 hits, 3 doubles, 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored here in game 1. Ball 1.
There's the other Wilson.
Ryan Wilson, who got the final out here last night, the closer for the Giants.
Just to give you an idea again about his humor, he was passing the cage during the workout the other day, and he told C.J. Wilson, C.J., there are no left-handers in the Wilson family.
Here comes a 2-0.
He's a beauty.
That's a strike. So he wanted to be a starter. 24-9. The AL champion Texas Rangers are when he makes the start. There's another strike. It's 2-2. Wind is howling through this stadium, and it is blowing out to left. The 2-2. To the right side. Kinsler broken to his right, makes a good play for the out. Moreland with a tremendous stretch to save a wide throw, and Kinsler recovered after an initial false move.
Now, I don't think Kinsler saw that ball right off the bat, and a fine stretch by Mitch Moreland was his foot off the bag. Boy, this is very close the way I saw it. The umpire, because the foot was on the right field side of the bag, had a better view of it. He was on it, barely.
2 out, nobody on. Here is Buster Posey. There's a strike. I still don't think we've seen a definitive look to see that that foot was on the bag.
I agree with you.
Posey hitting in the 3 spot. Same lineup the Giants used last night. Totally fooled on that pitch. It's an 0-2 count.
You can imagine it's much tougher for the first base umpire to call the play if the foot is thrown from an infielder and the foot is on the home plate side of first base, because you've got the base between you and the ball.
Here's the 0-2 up high. Buster Posey is the second rookie catcher in World Series history to hit third. Yogi Berra, the first to do it in 1947. Here's a little better look.
He had it.
And now a 1-2 pitch to Posey. Late swing and a foul. Here's the first look. You still so sure?
No.
It's okay. Doesn't really matter. With 2 out, nobody on, Posey spoils the pitch. Posey with a 1-2 pitch coming his way, pops it up. Kinsler out, Cruz in, and Nelson Cruz takes charge. It's a 1-2-3 first for each starter. Into the second here in game 2, no score. Chevrolet and baseball have teamed up to give fans a chance to win postseason tickets for an all-new 2011 Chevrolet Cruze. Register at worldseries.com/Cruze for your shot at the big prize. Matt Cain had a perfect first. Here's Nelson Cruz, ball 1 outside. Cruz so far this postseason has the top home run total, extra base hit total, and RBI total. Across the big leagues, that's a swing and a miss for strike 1. Matt Cain got Andrus on a fly ball to center. Young and Hamilton popped up. Cain is a fly ball pitcher, and one of the main reasons why Bruce Bochy wanted him in game 2 here in this park, which is more of a pitcher's park than in Arlington, which is more of a hitter's park. There's a 1-2. Foul backing out of play.
The ball goes in left field even without the wind blowing, and very difficult to hit it out in right, but particularly with that gale blowing in from right field.
One ball, 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss. First strikeout from Matt Cain. 1 away.
Cruz went too far. Good 2-strike pitch by Cain.
Bruce Bochy is in his 4th year with the San Francisco Giants. He took the San Diego Padres to the '98 World Series. That was a 4-and-out sweep by the New York Yankees. 5th among active managers with his career wins. 2-time manager of the year, and we have sat back and watched him pull seemingly all the right strings so far for the Giants this postseason. He's on a tremendous run. In game, before game, making out his lineup with his rotation. He's got a hot hand. First pitch, a strike to Kinsler, now fly ball into right. Sends Ross back. Ball carries pretty well out to right. That's surprising. 2 out.
I think it stayed below the wind. I think if that ball has elevation, then it has a chance to get into that stream. But when it's lower, it carried well. Ensler very, very strong.
Here is David Murphy getting the start, in essence in place of Vladimir Guerrero, who's out of the starting lineup. Last night, Guerrero, who was making his 16th start in right, committed 2 errors late. And so David Murphy gets the start, and he's been a hot hitter for the Texas Rangers. Ball and a strike. He's been their most consistent since the 1st of August. He's hit .322. 59 games. He's hit 8 home runs, including 1 this postseason. The 1-1. Reaching for it. 2 hops to Sanchez. Matt Cain has made it look easy. Aubrey Huff due up third for the Giants in the second. Catch the new comedy from Warner Brothers Pictures, due date in theaters everywhere November 5th. Bottom of the second, game 2, and no score. The World Series on Fox is sponsored by Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. Here's Pat Burrell. 2 for 2 in his career against his left-hander C.J. Wilson. He has struggled this postseason. Burrell has, hitting just .188. 0 for 3 in game 1. Pops it up. Back and out of play. Strike 1. Giants play in the NL West. Rangers play in the AL West. Played each other a lot during interleague play. In fact, the first interleague game was between these two clubs back in June of '97 in Arlington. And since 2000, the Rangers are 1-12 against the Giants, including last night. Check swing on a pitch down and in, a ball and a strike. During that stretch, 0-10 here are the Rangers. Trying to snap that, even this series before we go to Arlington. There's a strike, 1-2.
Good changeup right on the corner.
Got him looking. First strikeout for C.J. Wilson. I wonder how the view of that strikeout was out in right field. For more on that, let's go down to Kenny Rosenthal.
Joe, tickets for game 2 are going from $450 on the internet all the way up into the thousands. But the best value in American sports is for those fans lucky enough to get a spot in the knothole gang out beyond right field. Those fans don't pay anything. They get in for free, but they can only watch for 3 innings, and only 125 get in at once. Fans were lining up at 6 a.m. before game 1 for a spot. Guys, you can't beat that value.
Thank you, Kenny. So I get a free view of the World Series, be it a limited view out in right field. Watching game 2 and watching a strike on a fastball to Cody Ross. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, nobody on, and Kenny Rosenthal's 2 for 2 with the bow tie.
Yeah,
he might have been fighting it coming into this World Series. I think he looks good in a bow tie.
Yeah, it's nasty.
It's ball 2-1. It's like a Supreme Court justice or somebody that's just got a authoritative stamp. You like that bow tie, Ken?
I like it, Joe, but the Rosenthal women, my wife and 2 daughters, they've informed me that they're playing the entire series under protest.
All right.
They usually pick out my clothes, and they don't like me going rogue.
Duly noted. Thank you. Here's a 2-1. Up and away. 3 balls and a strike on Cody Ross, who had a hit last night, 1 for 5 with an RBI. Saw Aubrey Huff. He's waiting on deck. Ripped into left field, into the corner. Murphy over to cut it off. Ross will go. The throw to second is wide. A double for Cody Ross.
Cody got himself into a hitting situation, anticipating the fastball on a 3-1 count, and gets the first hit of the ball game. You have to try to make David Murphy throw you out because he's a left-handed thrower. It's a tougher play for a left-hander and foot position to throw to second base.
We were talking to Cody Ross before the game, and I said, well, how did Cliff Lee look last night? He said, you know, he didn't look that bad. But he said, with the pitchers we've faced to get to this point, when you deal with Hamels and you deal with Oswalt and obviously Roy Halladay and the guys the Braves can throw at you, we were ready for him. Runner at second, one out, the pitch inside on Aubrey Huff. Meanwhile, Cody Ross, who was picked up off waivers from the Florida Marlins, couldn't be more locked in. And a guy who started this postseason batting 8th for Bruce Bochy is now up in the number 5 spot. This lineup has really evolved for Bochy in October. Another one inside, 2-0. Not just with where guys are hitting, but who's even in the lineup with Sandoval, who was so good last year. He dwindled this year. Now he's on the bench. Uribe's at third. Renteria is reclaimed shortstop. Cody Ross, a late season pickup, has been a one-man gang for the Giants with a bat. Here's a 2-0. On the outside part, good pitch from C.J. Wilson, 2-1.
Yeah, the ability to throw a breaking ball in a fastball count is the reason that left-handed batters are hitting only 144 against C.J. Wilson.
Here is a 2-1. Ground ball to Kinsler. 2 out. Over to third goes Ross. And Juan Uribe, who hasn't compiled a lot of hits this postseason, just 5, but some big RBIs, including a 3-run home run last night. And the go-ahead home run in the 8th inning of Game 6, the clincher in the NLCS, digs in. Here's last night against O'Day. Goodbye. The capper in a 6-run 5th. Runner at third, 2 out. Strike 1.
That's a good pitch because with runners on at third base, some catchers are reluctant to call for a curveball that goes down in the strike zone, fearful that it might be a wild pitch. Wilson had 7 wild pitches this year.
Here's the 0-1. There it is, down and in, and Trainer, who was a March pickup from Milwaukee, smothers it, ball 1.
Good play by Matt, whose wife Misty May won a gold medal in the Athens Olympics back in 2004. That's kind of a play like Misty May might make.
Also won one in 2008 in Beijing.
Yep, right.
Here is a 1-1 pitch, up and away. Beach volleyball is Matt Trainer, his wife Misty May's sport. And Matt has been a nice addition to this Texas club. 6 straight starts behind the plate. Wilson pitches 2-1. In the air to center, and Hamilton will drift in. End the inning. A look at Giardelli square as we go to the 3rd inning, Game 2. Good start for each pitcher, no score. Tonight's aerial coverage brought to you by DirecTV. Get movies a month before Netflix. With DirecTV, call 1-800-DirecTV. Covey Cove. Yeah, if I had a boat, that would be the name of my boat.
McCovey Cove?
No, so lazy.
Oh.
First pitch is a ball to Matt Trainer with Mitch Moreland to follow. There it is. It's listing. That's up and away, 2-0. Cain is not allowed a base runner, has 1 strikeout.
Matt Trainer will look for a fastball inside part of the plate and try to go deep here.
Hit a home run against the Yankees in Game 5 of the ALCS. It's high, 3-0. Mitch Moreland, then the pitcher Wilson, the next 2. There's a strike. 3-1. A Texas club that is 5-2 on the road this postseason. Lost Game 5 at Yankee Stadium. Lost Game 1 here last night. A pop-up. In the air to right center, and it's Torres coming in to make the play. 1 out. This great city, we have had a fantastic time. Did you know denim jeans were invented in San Francisco for the Gold Rush miners? There are over 300 coffee houses within the city limits of San Francisco. Irish coffee was first created in San Francisco, not Ireland.
Buena Vista Cafe into the cable car line.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You an Irish coffee fan?
I am indeed.
Are you?
Oh yeah, cool San Francisco.
One out, nobody on for Mitch Moreland. There's a strike.
California becoming a state in 1850, the year after the 49ers came out searching for gold.
Ah, that makes a lot of sense.
Doesn't
it? Line drive into right field. That's a base hit. The Rangers have their first runner of the night. It's Mitch Moreland, who has taken over first base, a guy who was at AAA Oklahoma City. And the deal was made to get Cliff Lee, and Justin Smoke was moved out of the way. Mitch Moreland took over. He's a grinder, according to his manager, Ron Washington, and he gets a base hit into right to allow C.J. Wilson, with all of his necklaces, to try and drop down a bunt. Talked about those necklaces during the NLCS. A lot of players, not just in baseball, but across professional sports, college sports, high school sports, have gone to them. There's a bunt in the air, foul. Drops in front of the Rangers dugout, strike 1. Supposed to help with your circulation.
Yeah. But not your bunting.
No, it does not help your bunting.
CJ needs help with his bunting right here. There's an innate fear when anybody squares around and faces a pitcher trying to bunt.
The 0-1. That is bunted hard to the first baseman, Huff, who picked it up before it went foul. The sacrifice is good. Down to second is Moreland.
I think before it went foul is the right call. I think this ball would have gone foul had Aubrey been back about 2 feet. But just think if it hugs the line and gets by Huff. C.J. Wilson is on at first base with a base hit. Sometimes you charge too hard as a first baseman.
But I think what you're saying is, while fans at home or us looking at that replay think, oh, well, sure, that ball was going foul. That's easy to say.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
If you're Aubrey Huff,
yeah,
you can't make that call that quickly. You got to take the out.
Unless you back up with the ball.
Now an RBI chance for Elvis Andrus, trying to put Texas on top.
Here it is one more time. Now see, Aubrey breaks hard for home plate and catches the ball on the line and is forced to catch the ball on the line. Probably would have gone foul, but he could not take that chance.
Runner at second, 2 out. Here's the 0-1. Andrus takes strike 2 on a changeup. Elvis has hit in all 12 postseason games so far for Texas, and the Rangers need him to hit one here. Set up at 0-2. 93. That's getting back into his old neighborhood with that better velocity. Bruce Bochy, Matt Cain's manager, said when we first faced him, he was managing the Padres, Cain was throwing 95, 96. Now he's more in the low 90s with a better pitcher. Here's a 1-2. Came back with a fastball and missed. 2-2.
Usually if a catcher crosses the plate, you don't get the pitch. You can see Posey was set up inside, and he went outside. The ball may have been a strike, but it looked like a ball because of the distance covered by Posey.
So a 2-2 count. Too far outside, a full count.
This one outside.
So from 0-2 to 3-2, runner at second, and a scoring chance for Texas. Popped up. Out behind second. Torres comes in. That ball carries into the inning. Rangers lead their first after 2.5 in game 2, no score.
This game of the World Series is sponsored by DreamWorks Megamind.
Batter up.
In theaters Friday, November 5th, rated PG.
As we go into the bottom of the third inning, it'll be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for the Giants. No scores. San Francisco has a double from Cody Ross in the second. C.J. Wilson got around it. Renteria had a hit last night, made a terrific defensive play to his left. He's had a lot of rest. 3 times on the disabled list this year. Takes a breaking ball for a strike, and as we said during the NLCS, Edgar had been bothered by a biceps injury in his left arm. During the division series against Atlanta, with a swing of the bat, actually severed that biceps tendon completely. And what was really bothering him, that relieved it entirely. And so he is playing pain-free. And a guy who has a 300 average, as you saw in his World Series career. 306. 15 of 49 in the hole, 0-2, and now a ball.
Saw that only 4 shortstops in the history of baseball with a 300 average in the World Series. Alvin Dark's one of them, and Alvin Dark, of course, a former manager of the San Francisco Giants.
Here is a 1-2, 2-2.
I guarantee you, Alvin Dark is watching this game and scrutinizing every pitch from Louisiana.
Here is a 2-2. Just missed the inside corner. Wilson thought he had a strikeout. It's a full count.
Well, Alvin, what do you think?
It's a good pitch.
Yeah.
Missed our unofficial look at the strike zone. And so a 3-2 from C.J. Wilson. Fly ball into center. Josh Hamilton. 1 out. Prior to tonight's game, Tim Wakefield, a real good guy, the Boston Red Sox, was given the 2010 Roberto Clemente Award. The award goes to the player who best combines a dedication to giving back to the community with outstanding skills on the baseball field. The knuckleballer for the Boston Red Sox, Roberto's son, Luis. Vera Clemente is here. Tim Brosnan. Tim Braswell, Phil Caruso of Chevrolet out there for the award presentation. And it's the 8th time Tim Wakefield had been nominated for the award. He's given his time to the Jimmy Fund, his Pitching In for Kids program. Also the Space Coast Early Intervention Center in his hometown of Melbourne, Florida. Plus other organizations. Here's Andres, can't get to it. And Matt Cain has his 2nd hit of the postseason. shattered bat and all.
Matt hit 106 this year and trickles one through.
Well, never came up.
No.
The bat just absolutely blew up in the hands of Matt Cain. They're picking up splinters while we were rolling the replay. And here's Andres Torres, who has been hot. Started this postseason really struggling. Had a down September after taking over the center field job. Had an appendectomy. Flies one into right center. Nelson Cruz to his right, 2 out. First pitch swinging. Tried to plug the gap. Cruz went over to grab it. Now 7 for his last 16. Here's Andres Torres. You go from hot to hotter. Here's Freddie Sanchez.
Talked about Freddie last night, going to high school at Burbank High out here in California. And Freddie lacks certain muscles in his right calf. In fact, when he was 1 day old, he was put into a cast until he was 13 months old. His mom did not think that he would be able to walk properly. His right foot is a half size shorter than his left foot. And here he is playing Major League Baseball with the batting crown to his credit. 4 hits last night.
Pitch up and away, 2-0. And just locked in. According to his manager, Bruce Bochy, he said, yeah, when we picked him up from Pittsburgh and he had won, as Tim said, a batting title with the Pirates, he's never really been on the kind of roll he's on right now with the bat since joining the Giants. I'd say it's coming at a pretty good time. Here's a 2-0 to the shortstop, Andrus. The flip for the out. Scoreless through 3 in game 2. Josh Hamilton due up second for the Rangers in the 4th. Catch the new comedy from Warner Brothers Pictures, due date in theaters everywhere November 5th. Let's go to the 4th. The World Series on Fox is sponsored by AT&T. Rethink possible. Join Major League Baseball in recognizing the 60th anniversary of Trick or Treat for UNICEF. Their important work on behalf of the world's most vulnerable children. For more information or to donate, visit unicefusa.org/for-kids or call 1-800-4-UNICEF. Here's Michael Young. 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Rangers. We need something to happen here. Strike 1 on a breaking ball from Matt Cain. Michael Young popped up his first time, then Josh Hamilton, who led the bigs in hitting, and then Nelson Cruz. 0-1. Strike 2. The all-time franchise hits leader takes one in the dirt. Ball 1. Tim mentioned this last night, but Michael Young is the only player in Major League Baseball history to play seasons of 150 more games at second base, shortstop, and third base. He moved to third most recently to make room for Andrus. It's outside, 2-2.
He moved to short to make room for Alfonso Soriano. Won a Gold Glove at shortstop in 2008.
And all he does is hit.
What a player.
The 2-2 from Matt Cain. Over Cain's glove, a high hop for Renteria, who stepped on the bag to propel him on the throw to first. 1 out.
He used the bag to launch. That should be a double play, shouldn't it? What's this?
Went around it.
Went around it. Maybe avoiding the bag, but I thought the same thing.
Well, you and I have headsets on, and we've got a microphone inside that base. It sounded like he stepped right on it.
I thought so too, but near enough to the mic to make a sound.
You're wrong again.
Hang with him.
Hamilton hits one in the air to left center field. Pretty well hit back is Burrell. Torres takes over for the out, number 2 in the inning. Burrell called for it. Torres took over, and now those two talk out in left center field. 2 out. Something that you pointed out to me during the break. It's always better when the center fielder takes charge, as Torres did. The wind has really subsided, and if anything, it's shifted and is more blowing out toward right a little bit.
Yeah.
2 out, nobody on. Here's Nelson Cruz. Strike 1. A good catch by a fan in the upper deck. Nelson Cruz picked up from the Brewers organization back in 2006. 3 times on the disabled list this season with hamstring trouble. Flared up on him in Game 5, the ALCS, and he came right back after a travel day. Game 6, hit a home run in the clincher for the Rangers. Late swing. Strike 2. Good pitch from Matt Cain. 0-2 count, and he straightened up Nelson Cruz.
Well, not every pitch is designed to get a hitter out. Some pitches are designed to go away after coming in.
Reaching for that pitch. Still 1-2. We came on the air last night talking about a great pitcher's duel. It was anything but. 18 total runs with Lee and Lincecum starting the game tonight. The pitcher's duel has arrived through 3.5. Strikeout number 2 for Matt Cain, who is rolling. Bottom of the 4th. Game 2, no score. C.J. Wilson is back to the hill, taking his warm-up tosses before the start of the bottom of the 4th inning. Buster Posey, 3, 4, and 5 hitters for the Giants, no score. Buster fly to right his first time up. Matt Cain has struck out 2. Both times he's taken care of Nelson Cruz. There's a strike. Allowed just 1 hit. Scoreless through 3.5. 1 ball, 1 strike. If the worry or the concern for the Rangers coming in and Ron Washington was C.J. Wilson pounding the strike zone, throwing strikes, he's certainly done that so far as he misses down and in ball 2. I said, what's the key to C.J. Wilson? He said, pound the zone. The attitude Ron Washington has just permeates throughout this entire Texas Rangers roster. These guys love their manager. The 2-1 pitch. 2-2.
They're describing him in different ways. Ian Kinsler, I think, says it best. He loves the way Washington never holds back and shows his emotion.
Here's a 2-2. Posey went around, and the play will be made at first for the out.
Buster stopped, not knowing what the call was. But I think the home plate umpire called that he went around because Buster sold it inadvertently.
His reaction was to take off, so if home plate umpire Sam Holbrook didn't think he swung, Buster Posey made sure Holbrook thought he did.
Right.
And here is Pat Burrell. I like the way Ron Washington talked about his club last night. He said, my boys didn't lay down. They kept fighting. We came up short. That's baseball. We'll go at them today. It's that type attitude when a grind of 162 games and now through the postseason can wear a team down. He keeps them on their toes. Here's an 0-1. skips in. A ball and a strike. No swing. It's Burrell now. It's Cody Ross on deck. Here's his career resume. On the first 2 playoff series in franchise history. Spent 11 years as a coach with Oakland.
Right across the bay.
Finally got a shot. Strike 2.
Yeah, all you had to do was watch the American League Championship Series and see Ron Washington and the emotion that he had in the dugout. It was just so refreshing. He was almost like a third base coach at times, waving and waving and waving, emulating his third base coach, Dave Anderson.
A 1-2 pitch to Pat Burrell. A check swing. They don't appeal, and it's 2-2. With 1 out, nobody on. That's way outside. Full count. A 1-out walk, and the first walk issued tonight by C.J. Wilson. Here are some of the reactions. Ron Washington during the ALCS. He never holds back. He can work over a mouthful of sunflower seeds.
I love that last one. Oh, it's great.
And now with 1 on, 1 out, he watches his left-hander C.J. Wilson deal with Cody Ross, who doubled his first time. Off the end of the bat into center. Back is Hamilton for out number 2. Eric Karros is on our pregame set. Eric, you played on an Oakland A's team. Ron Washington was a coach. What did you guys as players think of the now manager for Texas?
Well, you always knew where you stood with Wash. And I think for me, you know, he was a guy that never offered any excuses. And just like last night, he said, hey, we got beat by a better ball club. A favorite saying of mine came from Ron Washington. You do or you don't, you will or you won't.
That's great. Ron Washington, who makes his offseason home in New Orleans, right off Lake Pontchartrain. His home was ravaged by Hurricane Katrina back in 2005. Here's Aubrey Huff with a shot into right center. Nelson Cruz back to make the catch. We'll finish the Ron Washington story after that line drive out to right. Still scoreless after 4. Back after this from your local Fox station. Great shot in McCovey Cove in tonight's AT&T trivia question. Who holds the record for the most doubles in a single World Series? Probably asked that question because Freddie Sanchez had 3 last night in his first 3 at-bats. Here's Ian Kinsler leading it off. Good game. Zipped right into the 5th inning. No score. Strike 1. Kinsler flying to right his first time up and chops to third foul. Just to finish the story about Ron Washington living just off Lake Pontchartrain when Hurricane Katrina ravaged the city of New Orleans in 2005. He came back and he saw that check mark on his front door. Authorities would go through the area, check the home for bodies, and then put that mark on the door to let people know that the house had been checked. Is the 0-2 and a fly ball into center field, well hit. Back is Torres at the wall, and this ball hits the top of the wall, comes back into play for a double.
Ron Washington saying, I thought that ball was over. Well, it missed by about an inch. Hits the corner of the fence. Boink. How about that? Again.
Right off the top of the wall and then backward. It's hard to believe that a ball would hit like that and come backward. I guess there's a little bit of a ledge that it hit and came back into play. Torres made the play, and it's a double instead of a home run. Now David Murphy takes a strike. Back to the replay. Hear it hit the top of the wall and see it. That close to a 5th inning lead. Put away 1 ball, 1 strike. Every time I tell this Ron Washington story, something happens. I can't finish it. Ron Washington comes back. There's a mark on his door. He gets a power washer. Power washes the mark off to say, I'm done with that. We're starting over. Type attitude he carries with him in the corner of the dugout as Murphy lines out to short for the first out of the inning. And David Murphy cannot advance the runner. Kinsler at second, 1 out with Trainer coming up.
In this game, so far in the game and a half through this World Series, things are not going the Rangers' way, and that's an understatement. That ball Kinsler hit the top of the wall, and then David Murphy hits a ball hard, but it's to the left side and fails to advance Kinsler.
So it's Trainer now, then Moreland. The pitcher after Moreland. Strike 1. First extra base hit of the night. For Texas, it belongs to Kinsler leading off. He's now at second, 1 out. Trainer with 27 RBIs during the regular season, 2 this postseason. Kane stepped off. Off the end of the bat, foul, straight back, strike 2.
I think if you're Matt Cain now, you try to make Trainer chase out of the strike zone away on 2 pitches.
And a look back at Kinsler.
A lot of people think that control is only throwing strikes. Control is throwing a ball out of the strike zone also. A teaser, we used to call it.
Trainer looking for a big hit for the Rangers. To the shortstop, Renteria. 2 out. And now with first base open and the pitcher C.J. Wilson on deck. We'll see how the Giants want to play it with Mitch Moreland, who's now 3 for 4 in this World Series.
I think you put him on here, and that's what they're going to do. In a scoreless game in the middle of the 5th inning, particularly under these circumstances, playing an American League team where the pitcher doesn't bat, it's an easy call.
Wilson was hitless during the regular season, 0 for 4 during interleague play. He'll bat with 2 on and 2 out. Matt Cain is a part of a 4-man rotation in this postseason for the Giants that's all homegrown. All guys who grew up in this organization, got to the big leagues, and this is a team, the Giants, that are in the World Series because of their pitching. Good bullpen, terrific closer, and a rotation filled with young talent as Matt Cain blows on that pitching hand and will work to C.J. Wilson 2 on, 2 out. Since the draft, was initiated in '65. This is just a second postseason rotation, where all the starters have been homegrown. The other one, the '86 Red Sox. Clemens a part of that. 2 on, 2 out. C.J. Wilson takes the ball. That rotation was Clemens, Oil Can Boyd, Bruce Hurst, and Al Nipper, who is back in his hometown of St. Louis coaching Little League. Here's a 1-0. Wilson, pretty good swing, but he chops it to Huff. That ends the threat. And we're halfway through game number 2. And the Rangers came so close to the first run of the night. That close. A leadoff double. Kinsler is stranded. No score after 4.5. The World Series on Fox is sponsored by Chevrolet, the official vehicle of Major League Baseball. We go into the bottom of the 5th inning. 2 hits on each side. Matt Cain gave up his first extra base hit of this postseason. That leadoff double by Kinsler that hit the top of the wall in center. He was stranded. And for the Giants, it'll be the bottom 3 in their lineup. Uribe, Renteria, and Matt Cain against C.J. Wilson. C.J., 29-year-old left-hander. Good fastball, strike 1.
Talked about it a couple of innings ago. We're getting tonight what we expected last night. 0-0 after 4.5.
Ball and a strike. Uribe has a ring. He won with the White Sox in '05. 4-game sweep over Houston. Win last night. He is 5-0 as a player during the World Series. Good pitch, ties him up, strike 2.
After going away and missing, looked like a cut fastball out of the strike zone. Uribe, a real free swinger. Tremendously strong, 24 home runs this year.
It's Tim Lincecum, last night's starter. Uribe went around, and that's a strikeout, number 3 on the night.
That's one of the downsides of strength. When you start, you can't hold up. Good curveball from Wilson.
Brings in Renteria. Edgar fly to center his first time up. Strike 1. Uribe struck out, went down to the end of the bench, placed his bat next to a couple of his bats. This became the 3rd strikeout victim for C.J. Wilson.
After all, those are his business partners.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Renteria launches one into left. Down the line into the corner. Edgar Renteria has gone deep. 1-0 San Francisco.
About neck high
the 34-year-old. Fans stay on their feet. Now they settle back in. Renteria stays in the dugout, and a strike to Matt Cain.
Look at the height of this pitch. Maybe not neck high, probably letter high. First run of the game.
Edgar Renteria lights up in the postseason. And he just lit up his bench. Strike 2 on Cain. Second career postseason home run for Edgar Renteria, who at the age of 21 delivered the game-winning hit for the Marlins against Cleveland in Game 7 of the World Series. Edgar was in the World Series in '97 with the Marlins, in '04 with St. Louis, and now here for Bruce Bochy in 2010 with the Giants. He's put San Francisco on top, and now at 2-2. Matt Cain, who singled his first time up. Time called. Check swing, he didn't go. And it's a full count. Here's a 3-2. Cain's getting good swings. Elvis Andrus guides it across. 2 out. Let's go back to 1997. Charlie Nagy on the mound in the 11th. And Edgar Renteria hit one up the middle. Counsell scored, and the Marlins were world champions. And now tonight, playing long ball against C.J. Wilson.
14 years, 2 big hits.
With 2 out, nobody on. Torres takes a breaking ball for a strike. The Rangers in the 6th will have the top of their lineup. Andrus, Michael Young, and then Josh Hamilton. Texas scored first last night, led 2-0, and then the Giants went to work. Giants strike first tonight. The 1-1 outside. Here's a 2-1 from C.J. Wilson. Line drive caught by Andrus to end the 5th. And in the 5th, Edgar Renteria. Bang, 1-0. Giants after 5. Tonight's game is sponsored by DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you got to get DirecTV. And by Chevrolet, the official vehicle of Major League Baseball. Cannot get tired of that shot here in San Francisco. Couldn't be any prettier. And the aerial coverage is brought to you by DirecTV. For the most sports period, call 1-800-DirecTV. Into the 6th, 1-0 Giants. Matt Cain has allowed 2 hits, an intentional walk. That's it. Andrus is 0 for 2. Ball and a strike.
We told you last night that Elvis Andrus is the first Elvis ever to play in the World Series. The reason we told you that, Elvis asked us to find out. So we did. It was prompted by me asking him, were you named after Elvis Presley? He said, in Venezuela? Everybody in his family, all 6, mom, dad, and 3 siblings, had names starting with E, and his mother is Elvia.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Drew Andrews leading off here in the 6th inning. To the shortstop, Renteria stays down on it, gets the out. Edgar's found the fountain of youth. 1 out in the 6th. It is a big week. Fox NFL Sunday, it's a doubleheader, and we've got baseball at night. Packers and the Jets earlier, the Redskins and Lions, Panthers and Rams. Then it's America's Game of the Week as Randy Moss returns to New England. Take on Tom Brady and the Patriots. For the Bucs, Cardinals, Seahawks, Raiders. Coverage begins Sunday at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. The Ford Fox NFL pregame show brought to you by the all-new Ford Edge. Drive 1. Strike 1 on Michael Young, and our thanks to Joe Montana for presenting the Giants starting lineup tonight. To Owen Wilson for reading the tees. Before game 2, here's the 0-1. Strike 2. Matt Cain's been terrific, as he was in game 3 against Philadelphia in the NLCS. The 0-2. Ball 1. Michael Young trying to get on in front of Josh Hamilton. Takes over but low, ball 2. Line drives a base hit into left, and Michael Young is aboard in front of Josh Hamilton. And the Rangers have to hope that starts something here in the 6th. Here's the big threat for Texas, Josh Hamilton, who missed 29 games during the season, had fractured ribs. It cost him basically the month of September, a lot of it. Still became the 7th player in AL history to put together the kind of offensive season he did. Ball 1. 350 average at 359. 40+ doubles, 30 home runs or more, and 100 RBIs. Just the 7th to do it in league history.
Remember Ron Washington's quote on our scouting report: Matt Cain has power, and we love power. Hamilton, a very good fastball hitter.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Matt Cain has done a terrific job mixing in his breaking balls and fastball counts tonight. So far, that's why the Rangers haven't scored. Changeup.
And a line drive into right field. That ball will get down. It's blocked by Ross. Young will hold. What a good play by Cody Ross in right. Didn't make the catch, but he kept it around him for a single.
Yeah, Hamilton appeared to hit that ball a little harder than was initially thought. I guess that's why Michael Young turned around, looked at Ross, saw Ross smother the ball, and elected to stop at second. Now he stops right there. Had he kept going, perhaps his momentum would have carried him to third base. And with 1 out, it would not have been a bad play to try it. And after all, the Rangers led the majors in going first to third 122 times. But Young didn't there.
Here's a guy who could put his team right on top with a long ball. Nelson Cruz. He's hit 5 this postseason, and a wild pitch advances the runners to second and third.
Another thing Ron Washington said, ball in the dirt, we take the extra base. We train our runners to take the extra base. And good base running by both Young and Hamilton.
Now first base is open. Ian Kinsler on deck, and out to talk to Matt Cain is Posey.
It's hard to pitch around the hitter with a runner on at third base. The reason for that, you pitch around and you throw a ball in the dirt, and what happened on the last pitch happens again.
Big spot for Nelson Cruz. Hamilton runs well at second. That is on the corner at the knees. Strike one. Tying run at third, go ahead run at second here in the sixth. The 1-1. Popped up. Foul ground for Aubrey Huff. 2 out. And now 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position of the Rangers. And a big out picked up by Matt Cain.
So what does Matt Cain do? He pitches around him in a perfect spot. Fastball in on the hands to get Cruz. Nelson bringing the hands in, but can't handle the fastball. That is an outstanding pitch by Cain.
And now it's up to Ian Kinsler, who came within inches of hitting a home run to straightaway center his last time up. Second and third, 2 out. Outside as Kinsler showed bunt.
Yeah, that's not a good play. If there were only a man on at third, you bunt for a base hit, you tie the game. But what about the runner on at second base? Particularly coming off a double his last at bat.
Here's a 1-0. Good heat from Matt Cain, strike one. Rangers had a runner at second. Nobody out last inning. Kinsler didn't score. Second and third, 1 out here with Cruz up. He popped up, and now Kinsler pops up into shallow right. Cody Ross ends the inning. And another scoreless frame put up by Matt Cain has not allowed an earned run this postseason. 1-0 after 5.5.
This game of the World Series is sponsored by DreamWorks Megamind.
Batter up.
In theaters Friday, November 5th, rated PG.
Our AT&T trivia question. Who holds the record for the most doubles in a single World Series? The answer, Pete Fox, who had 6 doubles as the Detroit Tigers right fielder 76 years ago in the 34 World Series against St. Louis. Man at the plate, Freddie Sanchez, already has 3.
That was a World Series won by the Cardinals. Game 7, Dizzy Dean won 11-0. And that was the game in which Ducky Medwig was taken out of the game for his safety.
2 strikes on Freddie Sanchez.
Can you imagine that happening today?
No.
No, I can't either.
We talked last night about how back in 1904, John McGraw, manager of the Giants, refused to play in the World Series because he didn't like the American League president. I don't think that could happen today.
No.
McGraw played in the American League and didn't like Van Johnson and said, no, we're good. We're not going to play in the World Series. And how about the party going on out of McCovey Cove? Leading off the inning, the count's 1 ball, 2 strikes on Freddie Sanchez. Sanchez 0 for 2. C.J. Wilson's been good. Matt Cain has been even better. Cain now has gone 19 2/3 innings this postseason without allowing an earned run. To go back, Carl Hubble. The last time a Giants pitcher went that long in postseason without allowing an earned run. That's one is into center and handled by Hamilton. 1 out. Tonight's Pizza Hut player favorites delivered to you by Pizza Hut. Your favorite moments deserve your favorite pizza. C.J. Wilson. There's his Twitter account if you want to follow him. And he wants to be a professional auto racer, and Ken Rosenthal is with us, and he's been tweeting all day, Kenny.
That's right, Joe. Most pitchers don't talk to the media on the day they start, but C.J. Wilson did use social media today. He tweeted a few times, including once from the team bus. Now, his username, Straight Edge Racer. Straight Edge is for his straight edge lifestyle. No drugs, no alcohol, no promiscuity. Racer is because he aspires to be a professional auto racer.
Thank you, Kenny. Player favorites delivered by Pizza Hut. Your favorites delivered. 1 out, nobody on, 1 ball, 1 strike. Fooled Buster Posey. Strike 2. Sanchez fly to center. Posey up. Pat Burrell on deck. Two and 2. Posey on 2 and 2, strikes out and loses his bat. Into the seats, and they had this happen last night in just about the same section.
Yeah. It does not appear that anyone is injured. The bat is not, generally speaking, is not as lethal as the ball being hit up in the stands. Everybody appears to be okay.
There's Pat Burrell. That was the 4th strikeout for C.J. Wilson. Breaking ball for a strike. Good story on MLB.com today about how Bud Black has been a mentor to C.J. Wilson since C.J. was about 15. That skips in there. C.J.'s cousins went to school with Bud Black's daughters in San Diego. C.J.'s aunt begged Bud Black to meet with C.J. Said, as a kid in our family who's left-handed who's pretty good. They eventually got together, played catch in the driveway. C.J. was about 15, and Bud Black said he knew immediately that he had something. He was different than most. It's fouled back and out of play, strike 2, and Bud Black should know at a 15-year big league career, 121 wins. Angels pitching coach for 7 years, manager now for the Padres since 2007. They had that nasty 10-game losing streak this year, San Diego. But a fun year for the Padres, and they did it mainly with their pitching staff. Still 1 and 2 on Burrell.
Giants won the division the last day of the season. Had the San Diego Padres won that game, well, they would have played the tiebreaker in San Diego the Monday following the season.
Another foul by Burrell. So you know Bud Black is watching this start by C.J. Wilson, and the two got together every winter. C.J. was starting in high school, and after his days in high school grew up in Southern California. Here's a 1-2. Just up and in. 2 and 2. Rangers in their half of the 7th. As you look at the pitch that just missed, according to home plate umpire Sam Holbrook. With a 6, 7, and 8 hitters. If anybody gets on, most likely a pinch hitter. Young makes the play. A 1-2-3 inning for C.J. Wilson. We go to the 7th, game 2. 1-0 Giants. This beautiful city. A look at the Bay Bridge. Back after this from your local Fox station. Defensive change for the Giants. Cody Ross moves from right to left. Nate Shearholtz takes over in right. Matt Burrell's night is finished. Shearholtz will bat in his number 4 spot in the lineup. The Giants add to their defense behind Kane, who's been awesome. 1 ball, 1 strike on David Murphy, who's 0 for 2. Texas missed a scoring chance in the 5th. They had 2 on with 1 out in the 6th. Aaron O'Day gets loose. If any action starts for the Rangers in this inning, they'll have to pinch hit for C.J. Wilson. Ball 2, 2-1. Trainer on deck, and then Mitch Moreland. That is down the left field line. Long run for Cody Ross. 1 out. And Murphy is 0 for 3. Our Geico in-game box score for Texas. Only 4 hits. 1 for Young, 1 for Hamilton. Those came back-to-back last inning. Texas didn't do anything with it. And then the leadoff double off the very top of the wall by Kinsler in the 5th. He was stranded. There's Matt Trainer. Fly to center, grounded out to short. Who has a home run in this postseason. Ball 1.
About 20 years ago in the 7th inning, the question was, is the starting pitcher winning? Today the question is, how many pitches has he thrown? Right. And then, is he winning? If they ask that.
Good breaking ball from Kane. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And that's the one thing Nolan Ryan has eliminated from the Texas Rangers, and that's why, in my opinion, he is doing it the right way, and more organizations ought to model themselves after Ryan and what he's doing with the Rangers, because he knows what he's doing, and some don't.
Here's a fly ball into right center field. Well hit. Shearholtz back on the run. 2 out.
Bruce Bochy again puts Shearholtz in the game, and Shearholtz makes the catch.
That ball almost got out of the glove. It hit the back edge of it.
Left side of the hand kind of rolls around in there.
2 out, nobody on for Mitch Moreland, who hit 9 home runs during the regular season. A 1-0 game in the 7th. Giants leading this World Series 1-0. Ball 1. Series will shift to Arlington on Saturday night. And they know how to make some noise in Texas. What a scene that was when they clinched the AL pennant. Texas beat the Yankees. That place was shaking. Giants and the Rangers will experience that on Saturday night. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 out, nobody on. Strike 2 on Moreland. Weak ground ball. Tough play by Uribe. Got it. Matt Cain, 20 2/3 innings pitched. No earned runs this postseason.
And he's winning.
1-0. As we move toward the bottom of the 7th. By way of a game summary, Renteria has provided the game's only run with his 2nd career postseason home run in the 5th. And there are the numbers for Matt Cain. No earned runs in 20 2/3 innings pitched. Here's that play by Uribe. If he doesn't get it, Renteria would have been hard pressed on a backhand to come up and get the out. Moreland out by a full step. So it's 7th inning stretch time, and now we join public address announcer Rennell Brooks Moon.
And remove your caps. Performing God Bless America, representing the U.S. Army Civil Affairs and Psychological Operations Command, combat veteran, Specialist Kristen Day.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the ocean wide with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, our home sweet home.
Tonight's game is sponsored by Verizon Wireless, introducing the Droid X, the next generation of does, and by the all-new Volkswagen Jetta. It's great for the price of good. That's Das Auto. Bottom of the 7th inning. And the great one is here, number 99, Wayne Gretzky. Full-time champion. His name's on the cup 4 times. Here's Cody Ross. 1 for 2. Only run of the night, a 1-out home run by Renteria. He was batting in the number 8 spot. Strike 1. That skips in, a ball and a strike from C.J. Wilson.
Sometimes a pitcher will be in a 1-0 game trailing in the late innings, and people will say, well, that 1-0 is the only mistake that he's made. Well, tonight, you can really say that that's the only mistake C.J. Wilson has made, that high, flat fastball to Edgar Renteria. Sometimes a guy is trailing 1-0, and the reason is that hitters hit good pitches. That was not a good pitch to Renteria. Right up in the letters, inside part of the plate, and you could see the reaction of CJ after that home run, a little delayed reaction. He was miffed.
Cody Ross with a count in his favor, 3 balls and a strike. Left-handed hitting Aubrey Huff on deck. Cody Ross has been lethal against pitches that have been middle in this postseason, and it has not mattered who's been on the mound. He is fooled there on a breaking ball, a full count.
Rangers obviously know that, and here in a fastball count, Wilson fools Ross with a breaking ball. Another one.
just got a piece. About the Geico in-game box score for San Francisco. Pitching duel came a day late. 3 hits, that's it. A single, Matt Cain. A double, Cody Ross, the guy at the plate. The one that's counted so far, the home run by Renteria. Three-two. A foul. Cliff Lee last night to being undefeated in his postseason career. Last 2 postseasons. 4 2/3, allowed 7 runs on 8 hits. Tonight, the duel between Matt Cain and C.J. Wilson. Here's the 3-2. Another foul. Come up on the top of the hour, 7 o'clock here in the West, 10 o'clock in the East. That's us. Joe, Tim, and Kent, as Ross is in a battle now trying to get on after the count was in his favor, 3-1. 4 straight foul balls with a 3-2 count.
Yeah, Matt Trainer out to talk to Wilson. You may have noticed that C.J. Wilson has shaken Matt Trainer off several times. And a lot of people, I think, don't understand that. What the good catchers do is they encourage pitchers to shake them off. And a lot of fans, a lot of writers, a lot of broadcasters, they don't understand. They think if you're shaking them off, that you're really vehemently disagreeing with your battery mate. That is not the case. The good catchers encourage guys. I mean, after all, they're the ones who make the pitch, not you.
Another breaking ball, and this time it's down and in for a leadoff walk. Second walk of the night. Mike Maddox will come out and chat with C.J. Wilson. We welcome you inside our booth. So that last diatribe from you, and that's exactly what it was a diatribe. Goes back to your career, and I'm sure you think of a guy like Carlton or Gibson, and you're suggesting the pitch to throw.
Exactly. And if a pitcher wants to throw it, he throws whatever he wants. But I mean, particularly young pitchers, a lot of people start talking about young pitchers and say, well, he never shook the older catcher off. That's wrong. You encourage the young pitcher to shake you off because you're the guy who has to make the pitch. Wilson didn't make it on that 3-2 count, but perhaps there was another problem involved because it seems to me they're checking his finger now for a blister.
Trainer's out there. C.J. Wilson will get it looked at. He has bounced a curveball on a 3-2 pitch, and that's the end of his night. So Mike Maddox came out there to talk. And now with the injury, Darren Oliver, who had just gotten up to get loose, will have as long as he needs to warm up. So Wilson is out with a blister. Darren Oliver, who just got up, gets into the game. Leadoff man is on, nobody out. Aubrey Huff coming up. Wilson staring at that blister on his finger. There's the night for C.J. Wilson. 101 pitches. The blister on his finger flared up, and so now after staring at it, he's gone to work on it. Now going to bandage it. You would think he'd get some help. He's ripping open the bandage with his mouth. He's on his own down there trying to put the Band-Aid on his pitching hand on his, look to be his middle finger.
It's kind of what we were talking about on that 3-2 count. It's a fastball situation, and he shook off his catcher, Matt Trainer, several times to throw the breaking ball. So perhaps the reason he was shaking off is he didn't want to throw the fastball. Nope, don't want that pitch. Nope, because it may hurt me when I throw that pitch. And he did that several times, and ultimately ended up walking Cody Ross to lead off the 7th.
So Darren Oliver had as long as he needed to get ready. And here is that 3-2 pitch. Actually, one of them. That's what forced a 3-2 count. Then the foul balls and then the walk. And so the leadoff man is on. Aubrey Huff will bat. 0 for 2. Ross is on. And Darren Oliver is one of the relievers and has been one of the most dependable guys in the league for a while now. Takes over. Breaking ball on the inside part, strike 1. Oliver has bounced around in his career. He has most recently been a real good lefty out of the pen for the Angels. Huff grounds to first. That is a fair ball. Down to second is Ross. 1 out.
A ball in front of the first base bag is usually called by the home plate umpire. Watch the home plate umpire delay. First base umpire Bill Miller ultimately makes the call, but really the home plate umpire has the best shot and should have made the call.
Aubrey Huff talking about whether it was fair or foul in the dugout. Looked to be a good call. Here's the home plate umpire, Sam Holbrook, right on the line.
Home plate umpire Sam Holbrook did not make the call, but it appeared to me that it was his call and not Bill Miller at first.
Here's Uribe, runner at second, 1 out. And a little flare into right center field. That's a hit. Here comes Ross. The throw by Cruz, not in time. Down to second, Uribe. 2-0 Giants. Last night, a 3-run shot off the bat of Juan Uribe. And tonight, just a little flare over the reach of Ian Kinsler and into right center field for an RBI single. He took second on the throw.
What a headline. Home run and flare.
And a 2-0 lead, bottom of the 7th for Renteria. Strike 1. Edgar Renteria, who was making his 61st career postseason, started short. As Mike Maddox will visit the mound, you've got first base open, the pitcher Kane on deck. Renteria batting with Uribe at second. We look ahead to Game 3, which is Saturday night at 6:30 Eastern. Get after it early for Game 3 in a matchup of Jonathan Sanchez, 0-1 in 3 starts this postseason. Colby Lewis, who was brilliant in the ALCS, 2-0 with a 1.45 ERA in 3 starts this postseason. Here's an 0-1 to Renteria. Strike 2.
You know, the base running of Juan Uribe might have been as good as his hitting. Normally, you go to second base when the throw is high and over the cutoff man's head. He went to second on a short hop. It was juggled by Moreland, and the throw to second late. So excellent base running by Uribe.
Here's an 0-2 to Renteria. Struck him out on a high delivery, 88-mile-an-hour fastball, 2 out. And here's Uribe, who read it and took second on the throw home. It was eventually cut off by Moreland.
Yeah, it's rare that you read a short hop. It's easy to read a ball over the cutoff man's head. But that was superb base running by Juan Uribe.
And now Matt Cain. With a runner at second, 2 out. Cain gets a big hand as he's gone 20 2/3 innings pitched with no earned runs allowed this postseason. Takes a strike as he showed bunt. He's got Michael Young playing deep at third. Why not? He pulled back from strike one. Getting a good rip. Has a hit in this game, but now in the hole 0-2.
Most pitchers' mantra is swing hard in case you hit it.
Oh, 0-2 the count. Pinch hitter, then back to the top of the order for the Rangers in the 8th. It's a ball. C.J. Wilson goes 6+. Allows 2 runs on 3 hits. Walked 2, struck out 4. Allowed a home run to Renteria. Inning over, but another run for the Giants. And it is the veteran left side of the infield for the Giants doing the damage. Renteria, a home run in the 5th. Uribe, a flare hit in the 7th. 2-0 San Francisco into the 8th. Well, Matt Cain takes the mound into the 8th inning, and he's now gone 20 2/3 without allowing an earned run. And in a single postseason all time, he is 4th on the list, right behind Kenny Rogers. The 2 of those more modern day pitchers are behind 2 guys that worked when there was just the World Series for the postseason. Here is Bourbon grounding one to short, 1 away. What a gem being put together by Matt Cain. Oh wow. Game 3 of the World Series on Saturday starts at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific on Fox. Make sure to log on to MLB.com/Halloween and submit a picture to be considered for a special World Series of Costumes promotion. Winning pictures will be shown during the telecast of the game. Don't miss out this once in a lifetime chance. Crockett and Tubbs. It's us from Miami Vice. Ball 1 outside to Andrus. It's game 3 Saturday night. Sanchez against Colby Lewis. 2-0.
Javier Lopez has gone down to the bullpen to warm up for Josh Hamilton, who is 2 hitters away.
Here's a 2-0. 3-0. The only walk tonight by Matt Cain was an intentional pass back in the 5th. Andrus taking. Might as well take 3 and 1.
That is absolutely good strategy. Make him throw 2 strikes in a row.
He does. And he does. Full count. A 1-out walk. And the tying run will come to the plate.
That's why taking that 3-1 pitch is so important. You take the strike, make him throw 2 strikes in a row, and he didn't.
Now Michael Young. Josh Hamilton next. And barring a double play, you just get the feeling this is the last batter for Matt Cain. As Tim said, Javier Lopez is getting ready for one reason. And that reason is wearing number 32 in the on-deck circle for the Rangers. 1 on, 1 out. Andrus takes off. Throw down is dropped by Renteria. Giants had a chance to eliminate Andrus, but Renteria, who got over there, dropped the throw.
When Buster Posey was in college, he was a pitcher and threw 94 miles an hour. He has a cannon to second base. And Renteria simply dropped the ball, trying to make the tag before the catch. I think he may have taken his eye off the ball and looking at the diving Andrews.
It is a steal, and it is the 8th stolen base for Elvis in this postseason. The throw beat him. Renteria missed a chance for a big second out here in the 8th. Young, big rip, strike 2. Popped up into right. Schierholtz to his left, near the line. Fair ball, 2 out. And the throw's corralled by Uribe. How great have these fans in San Francisco been, and how into it are they tonight with the work of that guy, Matt Cain, who now has 2 out, and his night, it appears, is over. It is.
I think the crowd here in San Francisco has taken on the personality of this team.
And they'll let Matt Cain hear it. There's the night 102 pitches for Matt Cain, and now the matchup, Javier Lopez, who was a star in the NLCS against Philadelphia and their left-handed hitters, with Josh Hamilton. Strike 1.
Lopez in there for 1 hitter.
There are the numbers this postseason. His 9th game, he's allowed 1 hit, and that was to Ryan Howard in the 8th inning of Game 4, a left-handed batter. Fly ball into right center. Lopez has done his job. Torres does his. And it's still 2-0 into the bottom of the 8th. Buster Posey is coming up, 3rd for San Francisco in the bottom of the inning. Catch the new comedy from Warner Brothers Pictures, Due Date. And you can stay tuned for a sneak peek coming up. Tonight's game is sponsored by BlackBerry and by the new comedy from Warner Brothers Pictures, Due Date, in theaters everywhere November 5th. We keep promoting the movie Due Date. A huge fan of Zach Galifianakis, who's one of the stars in that movie, is Brian Wilson, who may find his way onto that mound to save this one for San Francisco before the end of the night as Darren O'Day takes over. We're into the bottom of the 8th. Top of the order for San Francisco, up 2-0.
No. Not might find his way.
Okay.
Will find his way.
Well, unless the Giants go off here.
Yeah, unless they scored 2 or 3 more runs.
You always got to hedge your bets in this business. Torres is 0 for 3. Inside, ball 1. Brian Wilson's about to get up and go to work in that bullpen. There's a 1-0. Foul. Ball and a strike. The 1-1 pitch. 2 balls and a strike.
not too often that you have right-handed hitters coming up, 2 right-handed hitters and a left-hander warming up in the bullpen. I think Ron Washington's thinking that if Torres gets on, he's a threat to run, bring in the left-hander.
On the outside corner, 2-2. That's Derek Holland. So good against the Yankees in the ALCS. The 2-2. Full count. The 3-2 pitch from O'Day, who pitched here last night. That's foul and out of play. Torres trying to reach for the first time tonight. 3-2 pitch from O'Day. Way out in front of that pitch. Fouls it behind him. Still a full count.
Probably ball 4 as O'Day's fastball is up in the zone, inviting for Torres, however.
Andres did pop 16 home runs. During the regular season. Sanchez and then Posey, the next 2 batters. 3-2 again. Able to spoil it. 78-mile-an-hour pitch. This will be the 9th pitch of this at bat coming from O'Day.
Yeah, Joe, that was that curveball we were talking about last night that because of the arm angle goes up to hitters, either parallel to the ground or actually up.
Another 3-2 and a strikeout. Chased it. 1 away in the bottom of the 8th. Our Blackberry game summary. Cain has been unscored upon in the earned run department this postseason. Rangers in the 5th came that close to a lead here in game 2. Kinsler was stranded. Edgar Renteria went deep in the 5th. And then Juan Uribe doubled the lead with a flare hit into right center in the 7th. Lopez got out of the top of this 8th. The breaking ball is in for a strike to Freddie Sanchez. Now Brian Wilson is working in the bullpen with Cruz, Kinsler, and Murphy. The 4, 5, and 6 hitters coming up. Strike 2.
Texas Rangers have been shut out only 5 times this year.
Top hitting club in the majors this season. That was Vladimir Guerrero, who is on the bench and available for Ron Washington here tonight. 2 out. Back-to-back strikeouts from O'Day. The batter will be Posey. Said it early. It's worth saying again. Buster Posey is the 2nd rookie catcher in World Series history to bat 3rd in a lineup. The other one, Yogi Berra, in 1947. Ball 1. Vladdy Guerrero is starting to at least loosen up. Wilson is certainly loosening up in the bullpen, and there are the hitters he will face. In the 9th, here's a 1-0. Strike 1 on Posey. Shearholtz, who has not been to the plate yet tonight, last night delivered an RBI single in the 8th. Took over for Burrell in the lineup. He's on deck. Here's the 1-1 with 2 out. Ball 2. Nolan Ryan's club will be at home on Saturday night. Behind Colby Lewis, who spent 2 years pitching in Japan, got a 2-year deal to come back to the Rangers. Team that originally drafted him, and they're glad they brought him back. That's off the end of the bat into center for a hit. Buster Posey on for the first time tonight. Well, he's got good reach at the plate. Buster Posey can get to a lot of pitches that are away from him. We've seen that throughout the postseason.
Yeah, you don't think he can reach them. You wouldn't be able to reach them if you weren't thinking outside.
And so Ron Washington will come to the mound, take the ball from O'Day, give it to Derek Holland with Shearholtz coming up.
Hey, it's Justin Bieber. Check out the world premiere of my acoustic version of Never Say Never for my new album, My World's Acoustic. It'll be in Game 3 of the World Series right here on Fox. Killed it.
Thanks, Justin. Nice of you, Tim, to get him to do that.
Got a little talent, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah.
16 years old. Are you kidding me?
I would never kid you about talent like that. Runner at first, 2 out. And a pitch down and away for ball 1. I have daughters, so I am well aware of Mr. Bieber. 2 out, a runner at first. Nate Shearholtz at the plate, 1 for 1 in the World Series. And Derek Holland, who was masterful against the Yankees in the ALCS, misses with ball 2.
Mitch Moreland playing behind Buster Posey at first base. Buster is not a fast runner. No stolen bases during the year. That's why he's behind him.
Here is a 2-0. 3-0. With Cody Ross on deck. And nobody up in the bullpen for Texas. A 4-pitch walk, 2 on, 2 out. And Derek Holland, who's been a reliever and a starter, can handle right-handers, will pitch to Cody Ross. Ross has been on base twice tonight with a double, a walk, and a run scored. And he could relieve some of the pressure on Brian Wilson in this Giants team with something here in the 8th.
In case you're wondering, right-handed batters during the regular season hit .277 against Derek Holland.
Ball 1.
But he's the best arm Ron Washington has in this situation.
However, that arm has missed with 5 straight since he came out of the bullpen. A 2-out hit by Posey off O'Day. A walk from Holland to Shearholtz. Now the 1-0 to Ross. That is 6 in a row. 2-0. Left-handed hitting Aubrey Huff on deck. Sergio Romo joins Ryan Wilson.
See if Bruce Bochy turns Cody Ross loose. I don't think so after a pitcher's thrown 7 in a row. Temptation to swing at a ball out of the strike zone.
That is 8 in a row that have missed from Derek Holland to load the bases for Aubrey Huff. Holland's a 24-year-old left-hander who came up to the big leagues last year. This year made 10 starts, 4 relief appearances. He's been good this postseason, at least against the Yankees. Struggled against the Rays. And now in the World Series, he is in trouble in his first appearance. Aubrey Huff is 0 for 2 in his career against Derek Holland. Bases loaded, 2 out. Nine straight have missed. And now Mark Lowe scrambles to get ready. But it may be too late for Texas, already down 2-0. Wow, that's outside. 10 in a row. Squirted away from Trainer, who got on it. The count's 2-0 on Huff. And Elvis Andrus is going to come in and say something to Holland, who can't throw a strike. John Daniels, the general manager, on your screen for a moment, as Elvis Andrus, a 22-year-old leader in the making, came in to try and calm down Holland. The 2-0, 3-0. He didn't let up to throw it either. 93 miles per hour. It's 3-1.
After 11 straight balls.
That forces home the 3rd run of the night. Borderline pitch, and Holland did not get the call.
You're not going to be getting borderline pitches when you're Wild.
C.J. Wilson wondering where it missed. It missed high, according to the home plate umpire Sam Holbrook, and now the base is loaded for Uribe, and he will face Mark Lowe. 13 pitches, 12 out of the strike zone, a 3-0 lead as Holland struggles here in the 8th. Tonight's aerial coverage is brought to you by DirecTV. Get movies a month before Netflix with DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV. Juan Uribe is 1 for 3 with an RBI single his last time up. Bases loaded, 2 out, 3-0 Giants in the 8th. Mark Lowe takes over. Ball 1.
That plate is bobbing like McCovey's Cove right now for Ranger pitchers. 13 out of 14 balls thrown by Holland and Lowe.
1-0. A ball and a strike. It was an innocent little 2-out hit by Buster Posey. It brought in Derek Holland. He walked 3 straight to force home a run. He's gone. Will Clark, who has the last grand slam in Giants postseason history in '89, and who is at the park, watches Uribe come up empty. Strike 2. 5 grand slams in the career of Juan Uribe. The season 4 out of 7 in this situation, backed up at a ball and 2 strikes. Two and 2. Mark Lowe almost toys with a balk every time he comes set. He comes set almost twice out of the stretch.
Well, you have to do that every time. If you do it every time, it's part of your natural movement.
Bases loaded, 2 out. Time called by trainer.
If, however, you come set twice and then one time once into the plate, that's a balk.
Two, full count, and the runners will go. The 3-2. That forces home another. It's 4-0. 4 straight walks.
Runs on walks.
3 from Holland, 1 from Mark Lowe, and now Renteria. Ball 1. Now it's Ross, Huff, and Uribe. And John Daniels wondering what's happened to his talented but young bullpen. Here comes a 1-0. That's not close. Trainer blocks it 2-0. And now Michael Kirkman gets loose in the bullpen, and Mike Maddox has been busy.
It's a helpless feeling, Joe. As you look at Sergio Romo, your comment earlier that if the Giants scored a couple of runs, that someone other than Brian Wilson will be in there. I surmise that that's going to be the case. With the Giants up by 4 and out of save reach for Wilson, we'll see. But more pressing for the Rangers. It is just a helpless feeling for everybody, including the guy on the mound, when you're this wild. It's contagious.
The 2-0. 3-0. Inside corner, 3-1. Again, consider where this inning started, and that the Rangers have the heart of their order coming up in the 9th inning. And these are important runs, scoring for the Giants a chance for more. The rally started on a 2-out single against O'Day into center. Here comes a 3-1. full count.
A lot easier to hit in a situation like this because you know what's coming. A fastball.
That's foul. Cody Ross, the runner at third, so hyped up, he put his hand up like he was going to knock down that foul ball.
He did it from foul territory. May be simplistic, but a runner from third base, you want to be in foul territory. If you're in fair territory and the ball hits you, you're out. That's why Cody Ross is almost in the third base coaching box.
Another 3-2 and a pop-up foul out of play.
I'll tell you, I've seen a lot of guys lead off and off of third base. I don't think I've ever seen anybody near the third base coach's box like Cody Ross is right now.
He's closer to it than Flannery.
Yeah.
Now he's in it. Runners go. 3-2. Ground ball, base hit. Off the bat of Renteria. What a night for Edgar Renteria. 2 more runs. And it's 6-0 San Francisco.
Knowing full well he was going to get the fastball, and he got it and found the hole. The guy from the third base coach's box scores along with Aubrey Huff.
And that's it for Mark Lowe. And the 9th man to bat in the inning will be Fontenot, with the lefty Kirkman coming in as the Giants have blown it open here in the 8th. Kirkman gets into the ball game. He pitched last night. He pitches tonight. Fontenot was announced, and now Aaron Rowan will be the hitter with first and third, 2 out. It's been a 28-minute half inning. 24 pitches out of the strike zone, 4 walks, 2 hits, 4 runs, and all the damage done with 2 out. And a 6-0 San Francisco lead. Rowan. Kirkman misses by a mile, ball 1. Rowan 2 out of 7 so far in the postseason. The numbers for Holland, his night is finished line-wise, no innings, 3 walks, 3 runs. The 1-0 to Aaron Rowan. Almost hit him, 2-0. You wonder as we look forward in this series as Guillermo Mota now joins Sergio Romo. You look at a game 6 if this series gets there. C.J. Wilson came out with a blister problem on his pitching hand. A guy like Derek Holland, even with his 3 walks in this game, is somebody who could get the ball as a starter. He made 10 starts during the regular season. Strike 1 on Rowan. We know that Sanchez will face Colby Lewis in game 3. And the scheduled starters are Bumgarner and Tommy Hunter for game 4 on Sunday.
Yeah, and you anticipate Cliff Lee coming back on Monday, off day Tuesday. And perhaps that's a very good point. Perhaps Holland will be pitching on 6 in game 6 if it gets that far.
And you wonder if the situation presents itself if a guy like Cliff Lee could come back on short rest and work in place of Tommy Hunter, who struggled this postseason. Lee didn't last 5 innings last night. Here's a shot into right center. Aaron Rowan has driven home Uribe. Here comes Renteria. He can walk home. It's a 2-run triple. It's 8-0 Giants in the 8th.
again, when a pitcher is having a tough time finding the strike zone, or a staff in this particular case, it's easier to hit. You know what you're getting. It's like batting practice. You're going to get a fastball. Renteria got a fastball. And now Rowan gets a fastball and drives in 2 more.
Torres takes a ball. Aaron Rowan with a pinch hit, 2-run triple. It's 8-0. Strike 1 on Torres. Giants last night had a 6-run 5th, and tonight have a 6-run 8th. 6 of their 7 wins this postseason had been by 1 run. Before last night, they won by 4. They've been winning with pitching down the stretch in the postseason, not putting up a ton of runs, not getting a lot of hits. That has changed in the World Series. The 1-2 line drive, base hit into left. It's 9-0. An RBI double for Andres Torres, his first hit of the night.
The Giants are winning with pitching again, but not theirs.
Four straight walks, now 3 straight hits. A single, a triple, a double. And this has been a nightmare. Bottom of the 8th for Texas. It has been a blast for these fans here in San Francisco. Again, all with 2 out and nobody on base. And Tommy Hunter, who's the scheduled starter in Game 4 on Sunday night, starts to get loose. Ball and a strike. This is the 4th pitcher of the inning, with a 5th getting loose.
The fact that Hunter is up adds more grist to your argument in your comments 3 minutes ago.
I think it's at least on the table that Cliff Lee could come back.
Right.
In a Game 4. Here's a 1-1. Strike 2.
He's never done that.
Runner at second, 2 out, 1-2 pitch. And this inning is finally over. It's 9-0 after a 7-run 8th for San Francisco, to the delight of this packed house. Guillermo Mota will take over here in the 9th inning, making his first appearance this postseason. So it's been a while for Guillermo, and he will try and finish off this shutout. If it happens for the Giants, it'll be their first postseason shutout since 1962. Game 2, a 2-0 win over the Yankees behind a complete game effort from Jack Sanford. 24-game winner that season as Nelson Cruz takes a strike from Mota. And Brian Wilson gets to watch the rest of this. A 7-run bottom of the 8th inning has made it 9-0. Chopper to third. Uribe with a glove. The throw. 1 out. Cruz is 0 for 4, and the Giants have played good defense in games 1 and 2. And you can't say enough about the two veterans on the left side of this infield, both with the gloves and with the bats for San Francisco. Uribe Renteria.
Renteria with 3 RBIs and a home run, putting the Giants on the board tonight. Uribe with the base hit, the little flare to drive in a run over the second baseman. And their defense has been sterling.
Kinsler takes ball 1. Uribe with 2 RBIs and a run scored. Came on the air tonight talking about how resilient the Rangers have been, losing 2 games at home in the division series to Tampa Bay, having to go back to Florida to win the division series behind Cliff Lee in Game 5. Lost a heartbreaker in Game 1 of the ALCS to the Yankees. Came right back the next night behind Colby Lewis, who will get the ball in Game 3 on Saturday night, and won the ALCS 4 games to 2. Now it appears they'll head home down 2 games to nothing in this 106th World Series. A 1-2 from Mota. 2-2. There's the starter for Game 3, Jonathan Sanchez, who's smiling tonight. Struggled in Game 6 in Philadelphia, went 2+. A big night for the bullpen for the Giants. That misses. Full count.
I think Buster Posey popped a web in his catcher's mitt, exchanging it with the bat boy. Think about the webbing of a catcher's mitt. I mean, that thing takes a beating from all those 94-mile-an-hour fastballs.
Little flare into right. Schierholtz, 2 out. David Murphy with 2 out, nobody on. Matt Cain, 7 2/3. Just 4 hits allowed. And a nice send-off this Giants team is getting as this series will go to Texas for Saturday night's Game 3. Special early time on the air at 6:30 Eastern on Saturday night. Two and one on David Murphy. Frank Gore on deck. The Rangers have never won in this park. The 0-11. Now 1 strike away from that, and Matt Cain is in line for a well-deserved win here tonight.
He was brilliant, no question.
Full count. Couple of hitting streaks will end tonight for the Rangers. Elvis Andrus had hit in the first 12 postseason games he's been a part of. Same for Nelson Cruz. They are hitless tonight unless a rally starts. 2 out, nobody on. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Mota. Good rip by Murphy. Guillermo, even without any work this postseason, has come out of the bullpen throwing hard. A 1-0 game into the bottom of the 7th is 9-0 here in the 9th. A 2-out walk will bring Francoeur to the plate. Third walk handed to the Rangers tonight, to go with the 4 hits they've picked up against the combo of Cain, Lopez, and Mota. If you're a Giants fan, there's a World Series fact for you. Teams with a 2-0 lead have won 40 of 51 best-of-7 series. Murphy takes second, strike 1 to Francoeur. Here's the 0-1. Ball 1.
Most people in a World Series game, most players will ask you to say something, tell a friend hello, family member, whatever. Jeff Francoeur wanted me to say something, and I'll say it.
That's into right. Say it quick.
His beard is natural.
Scherholtz with a final out. And the Giants win it 9-0, up 2 games to nothing in this World Series. A shutout put together by San Francisco, and it was Matt Cain who went the first 7 2/3, and now has gone 21 1/3 without allowing an earned run this postseason. Three-hour, 17-minute game, and Bruce Bochy's team 2 wins away. As the Giants look for their 6th championship in franchise history, and their first since moving to San Francisco in 1958. A Ram Power player of the game. Who else? Matt Cain. 4 hits, no runs. 2 walks. 2 strikeouts. What a night for the Giants right-hander. Turned 26 on the 1st of October. Turned in a beauty in the World Series down to Ken Rosenthal.
Thanks, Joe. Matt, 21 1/3 innings this postseason without allowing an earned run. Is it the extra rest? Is it the extra adrenaline? How are you doing it?
I think it's a little bit of everything. You know, Buster's doing a great job putting down the right fingers. You know, he's calling the right pitches, and my defense has been unbelievable. They've been catching balls and doing great things behind me. So I owe a lot of credit to these guys. Ron Washington said before the game, the Rangers like to hit power pitchers. You're a power pitcher. What was your game plan? You know, just trying to get ahead of these guys. You know, trying to take some of the sting out of the bats. But my biggest goal today was trying to get them in in my situation where I was ahead in the counts, and that was really what I wanted to do today. Finally, what about the crowd reaction when you came out of the game? That's unbelievable. You know, they've been doing this all year, and we love it. And you know, this has been unbelievable. That they've been so great for us all year, and we love these guys. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Edgar. Your first 3 RBI game of the season. Home run, two-run single. Talk about your home run. What were you looking for from Wilson? What did you get?
Yeah, looking something in, you know, fastball in. So I got lucky, throw the ball. What I'm looking for, and I just put good swing.
1997 was your first World Series. You've obviously been considering retirement. You've talked about that. How different is this experience, this World Series experience, from your previous 2?
That's a bit different because in 97, my first one, I was a young kid. I just want to play, you know, every day. I just want to keep working in the big league, you know. And right now it's different because if we don't win that one, I don't know when I'm gonna win again. So that's why I'm trying the best I can do to take that one.
Edgar, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Joe, back to you.
I got to tell you, folks, Edgar Renteria is a prince of a person.
Yes.
From Colombia, shortstop, a World Series hero as a 21-year-old back in 1997, and a hero tonight. One of a couple for San Francisco here in game number 2. Matt Cain on the mound, brilliant. Edgar Renteria with the bat. A big night. Chris and the guys coming up on the other side of the break. We step aside so long for a moment.